Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky, said he returned to Ukraine with good results after his visit to Washington. In his first video message after meeting Joe Biden and addressing the U.S. Congress, Zelensky thanked Biden for his help, his international leadership, and his determination to win. Zelensky gave a challenging speech at a joint session of Congress on Wednesday. He said Washington's continued support was the key to victory. Zelensky's trip to the U.S. was his first foreign trip since the invasion. The trip comes amid fears that the incoming Republican House leadership may oppose proposals for an additional $45 billion in arms and other aid next year. The White House announced a further $1.85 billion in aid, including Patriot air defense missiles to protect Ukraine's infrastructure, which had been crippled by the Russian attack. The U.S. is imposing new sanctions on 10 Russian naval entities over Russian operations against Ukrainian ports, says U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Russian President Vladimir Putin said the U.S. supplied Patriot air defense. Patriots were an old weapon system that Russia could destroy. Patriot air defense is an outdated system, Putin told reporters in Moscow. He added that Russia's S-300 system outperforms it. Answering a question about the possibility of ending the war with Ukraine through diplomatic channels, Putin said that all armed conflicts end through negotiations. The Kremlin said the supply of U.S. Patriot missile systems to Kyiv would not contribute to solving the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Nor will the missile prevent Moscow from achieving its goals. The British Foreign Minister, James Cleverly, condemned North Korea and said that Putin turning to Pyongyang for weapons was a sign of Russian desperation. A Russian-stationed official in the part of the Kherson region controlled by Russian forces was killed on Thursday. Andrei Stepa, head of the pro-Russian village of Lyubomovka in the Kherson region, is reported to have died after a car exploded. North Korea denies supplying weapons to Russia. The official assigned to Kherson is reported to have been killed in a car explosion. The Kremlin said the supply of U.S. Patriot missile systems to Kyiv would not contribute to solving the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Nor will the missile prevent Moscow from achieving its goals. North Korea's foreign ministry has denied media reports that it is supplying ammunition to Russia. North Korea called the reports baseless and criticized the U.S. for providing lethal weapons to Ukraine, North Korea's official KCNA news agency reported on Friday. Japan's Tokyo Shimbun reported earlier that North Korea had shipped ammunition, including artillery shells, to Russia by rail through their border last month. Additional deliveries are reportedly coming in the coming weeks. The British Foreign Minister, James Cleverly, condemned North Korea and said that Putin turning to Pyongyang for weapons was a sign of Russian desperation. Russian President Vladimir Putin attends a plenary session of the Valdai Discussion Club Forum in the Moscow region on October 27, 2022. Sergei Guneyev, Sputnik, AFP, a Russian-stationed official in the part of the Kherson region controlled by Russian forces, was killed on Thursday. Andrei Stepa, head of the pro-Russian village of Lyubomovka in the Kherson region, is reported to have died after a car exploded. Russia blames acts of Ukrainian terrorism for Stepa's death. German authorities say they have arrested an employee of a foreign intelligence service on suspicion of treason by passing information to Russia. The suspect, a German national identified as Karsten L., was arrested in Berlin on Wednesday, federal prosecutors said in a statement. The arrests come just days after Austria said it had identified a 39-year-old Greek national suspected of spying for Russia. Vladimir Putin telephoned Israel's future Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, on Thursday. Putin congratulated Netanyahu for forming a government and for discussing the situation in Ukraine, according to a statement from Netanyahu's office. Netanyahu told Putin he hopes soon to find a way to end the war with Ukraine and the suffering it has caused.